I'll go first with my honorable mentions, right? Adam Cole.
Ooh, honorable mention.
Really like Adam Cole, but see, like, maybe 3 matches. Up, up, down, down got him on this list for me.
Oh my gosh.
And I like Adam Cole, but just I couldn't put him in over these guys I've seen like their whole WWE careers and stuff. Bayley, very close to making it for me, but only 50, man, and she's been hurt a lot lately, so I've missed a lot. She's kind of out of sight, out of mind a little bit.
I
But
can already tell our lists are gonna differ a lot.
on the mic, though, Bayley is the bomb. Maybe one of the goats. Maybe the goat for female.
I feel like if you were like a diehard NXT fan, your list would be like they would be on your list.
Probably.
I was telling Jordan about that, about how different your guys' lists are gonna be because of the different wrestling perspectives.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't think I'm slating Bayley, bro. I was telling Robert the other day, I think she could have been the John Cena of women if they just kept pushing. But, keep going. Matt Riddle. It's how we were talking about that earlier. Sorry. Edge's Can you guys hear the music playing in the background?
No.
Okay, cool. Matt Riddle, really funny, good wrestler, durable, reliable. RK Bro was like the hottest thing for a while, but couldn't put him in the top 50. Paige, one of the greatest songs ever in my opinion, was like the first woman to like come up in here. Well, second behind AJ in my opinion, and like make you like want to watch wrestling from the female perspective, you know. But kept her off. Johnny Gargano, same thing as Adam Cole, up up down down got him on here. His song got him on here. But he's always hurt, so that like hurts a little bit. I wouldn't say he's always hurt. On the main roster, he's always been hurt, so I can't go much off of. I did watch like a compilation of the Way stuff, so that stuff's hilarious. Mr. Kennedy, couldn't throw him in the top 50 for like 4 years of wrestling. I don't watch TNA, so that's why he didn't make it. But for sure, I think he potentially could have been like top 25. Chris Masters, same thing. Got off the roids and just didn't work from there on. So I couldn't really give Chris Masters top 50. And then last but not least, I named 2 other guys on here just because of up, up, down, down. Xavier Woods is honorable mention. Not just because up, up, down, down, but would you put them as the New Day?
Yeah, that I feel like that should be all right.
Since I didn't clarify, but I'm not rewriting my list right now. But
well, and what if I didn't put any of them as single wrestlers? Like I only included them like that.
That's a cop out, bro.
How's that a cop out? That's their best work. I feel like
it's their best work, but it's not their over. Like I'm not putting 99 Kane on here as like just 99 Kane.
Okay, but I feel like if they had a long enough iteration as a tag team and like that was my favorite part of them, I feel like that should count.
How many tag teams do you have?
Like actual group tag teams?
Yeah.
3.
Alright. So you have like 57 wrestlers. So this is your top 57.
To be honest, 2 of them, no one would have on their list unless they put them in a tag team.
Would you put the Revival on your list?
No.
Okay, it's fine. I didn't clarify. Right. I only said top 50 wrestlers, but, you know, not 50 with like 3 others. But
I feel like tag team should count.
Robert, what would you have done?
That's tough.
Okay. Well, see, here, I'll give you an example. Like, say, like...
Because it's fine. I keep saying it's fine.
Even with, like, Kofi and Big E's, biggest successes, they were still part of the New Day as that was happening.
Okay.
So I'm saying, like that should still count because they're still part of the New Day. But then, like, Matt and Jeff, they had really good singles runs without each other being there.
All right.
But at the same time, with like Kofi and Big E, you can argue that their singles, or they had their good singles as well, and then their New Day stuff makes them a better wrestler. So it just adds on to why they are so great.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay,
Like
but
I
what
would
about
put Kofi above the rest of them just because Kofi is good by himself and he's good in a group.
But see, if it wasn't for the New Day, I don't think any of them are making my list.
One of them would have made my list.
Kofi.
I don't know.
Okay, but like the Dudleys, like the Dudleys are in my top 50, but I would not put Bubba or Devon like in there. They wouldn't even be top 100 by themselves.
You don't like Bubba's TNA stuff? He was world champion.
I don't care. That was when I stopped watching TV.
I had the Bubba. I mean, I had the Dudleys in my top 100, but they didn't make the top 50, bro, because they didn't match up with these other guys.
Okay, but you still had them as a potential.
Yeah, they were potentially on here. Maybe if they
So
did
how-
some single stuff, they would have made it.
All right, well, I'm keeping mine how it is. It was hard enough to get there.
All right. Do you want to do some honorable mentions, or would you like to just jump into your first 10? Would you like to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I mean, I'll go first. As you
All
can
right.
see, I have a tribute on my wall.
No, not your top 10. Bottom up.
Oh, we're starting at 50?
Yeah. Build suspense,
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta build up to the best.
Yeah, you're right.
Lose interest by the time you get to 50.
Well, it's safe to
Right.
say we know who his
50.
number one is, huh?
Yeah, The Rock. But, all right, number 50 for me is Adam Cole, baby. I feel like he would have been higher, but I didn't watch him before NXT. I heard he had a really good career before, but I just wasn't watching like Progress and Ring of Honor and all that. But I think his NXT stuff was like he carried NXT for a good while. I think the Undisputed Era was one of the greatest factions of all time and didn't get a proper ending. Yeah. All right, here to go.
No, keep
Are we
going.
going like
Yeah,
really
10 at a
first
time.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. 49. I got Owen Hart. I do think, I don't know, it's tough to say if I would have had him higher if I was like older at the time. Just because like, I feel like he was really good in the ring, but he also like, I didn't like his promos as much as everybody else. But I still think like his in-ring work and his storyline alone with Brett can put him in this top 50 for me. So that's why I have him there. And then also, I still kind of remember as a kid watching that pay-per-view that he died at, and so that just like sticks in my head. 48. Robert's gonna love this one. Shane O'Mac.
Oh.
He.
So Shane made it over Drew.
Not say that Drew has had a bigger impact on wrestling than Shane has. All right. Drew might be a
Yeah.
better wrestler, but Shane had some of the biggest moments, and
He just
people
falls
still-
off a thing.
Hey, but tell me as a kid when he would fall off those things, you were going like, "Oh my god, this dude's crazy." And then he also could, for like not being a very well trained wrestler, he could wrestle when he wanted to. You know, he wasn't bad. I think he had some pretty funny mic skills, especially with heel. Shane O'Mac is definitely way better than face.
Hey, give us a little pause before you move to the next one. Just if we want to like add a quick note.
Okay. But yeah. So Shane O'Mac, I was debating on putting him even higher. But, you know.
Oh wow.
I love Shane. I had to give him honorable mention.
Did you even say him? I didn't think.
I
No,
don't think you did.
I was just trying to do 8 honorable mentions because, dude, I have the list of 100 that I had to cut.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Alright. On to the next one. 47. He would also be higher if he had more time to show it in WWE, but Keith Lee, I feel like in his short time, it was one of the like best runs you could like have. I feel like him and Adam Cole were like definitely like the two top guys in NXT for a good period of time. Him and freaking Dijakovic have like one of the greatest rivalries in wrestling. Like their matches, no matter where or in front of how many people, it's just like always great. and it's kind of sad to see what AEW's done with him. But I don't know. He still had good matches in AEW. He's just, I feel like they have nowhere for his character to go. So that's like another reason he's not as high right now, just because I feel like I don't know if he cares enough anymore to show it. I feel like he's like, I've had a long career. I'm just going to collect a paycheck at this point.
Honorable mention for me. But the song alone almost got him in the top 50. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, that's why I hate his AEW songs suck so bad. I hate it.
Anything, Robert?
Nope. Sounds good to me. I think he was also the only person to be the dual champ in NXT with the North American and NXT title.
Yeah.
So an accomplishment that no one else probably will ever have. For a long time, at least.
Trying to say Dirty Dom ain't gonna beat Carmelo Hayes, bro?
No.
That might get him even more heat, even though it seems impossible.
Yeah, just give Dom give him the NXT title, have them win the tag titles, just give him all the belts.
It looks
On
like
NXT.
Bobby Lashley in TNA.
Yep.
Alright. Next, number 46, I got Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, I wanted to put him on so bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember like when I was younger, I was like always so pissed that they wouldn't push him. I was like, come on, dude, this guy's so good. And I mean, I get he wasn't that great on the mic, but like he could say what he needed to say. And then his matches were like the best. Like him and Shawn on Raw, top 5 match, like pre-TV match.
Ending for sure.
Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, I feel like even in like the world's greatest tag team, like as a kid I kind of hated them just because they were the bad guys and like grimy. But then like as I got older, I was like, man, these guys are really good actually. He had to make my top 50.
I used to hate Shelton so much when I was younger. I hated the gold standard. It just pissed me off for no reason.
That run was not that
Him and his
cool.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I liked his like tag team run, and then like from 03 to like 05, I like those better than the golden. The golden.
Yeah.
One.
I think that's everyone's least favorite Shelton Benjamin. 45.
All right. 45, I have the Dudleys. I guess still a little wishy-washy on the tag team things, but I feel like during the Attitude Era and part of the Ruthless Aggression Era, they were one of the guys that like kind of kept the tag team division alive, especially like after Edge and Christian split up and the tag team wasn't as like scene wasn't as popular. I feel like they were like one standard that the fans still like look forward to seeing, and they just had some of the funnest matches ever. And I mean, who made tables more famous than the Dudleys?
I can't complain. I mean, of course, I would put 2 guys over some of my lower people. Anything, Robert?
No.
Alrighty then. So, number 44. I know Jordan might think it's a little low. I got Rey at 44. He's good, and he had good matches. I just never got into him like that. Like, he's definitely I definitely respect his career, and he's one of the best and most famous wrestlers, but I don't know, I just couldn't get invested in him and like some of the other guys.
I hate you.
I'm not sure where I'd put Rey, but I think he'd be a little bit higher for me just because he was, when I got into wrestling, he was one of the more interesting guys to watch at the time. So he means a little bit more to me.
Fair.
I don't know if he'd be too high up on my list either.
I don't want to get too emotional over it on your list.
Alright, 43. I have The Miz. I feel like, at first, along with everybody, we hated him. He was lame. He was a douche. But as time went on, he started to really find his stride. He had some good matches. His promos started to be some of the best in the company. And I feel like those IC title runs really solidified him as like, you know, one of the best guys of this era. So I feel like it's kind of hard not to put him in the top 50, especially like longevity alone and like what he's done for the company. I feel like he's got to be top 50.
I can't fault that. The Miz is unreliable.
Yeah, Miz is good, great on the mic, arguably one of the better Intercontinental champions.
I'd give him top 5, honestly.
Yeah, he could be debatably the best Intercontinental champion.
I'd say just off the top, real quick. Jericho, no order. Jericho, Gunther, The Miz, Macho Man. I don't know who gets that 5th spot. For me, it'd probably be Mr. Perfect. I don't care about no Mr. Honky Tonk.
Mr. Honky.
You caught me off guard with that. Go on.
Not gonna lie, if this was like 2006, he probably would be a lot higher. Because as a kid, man, Bobby Lashley was that dude. Like, I feel like he's had a better career since he's came back. You know, he's like multiple-time world champion. The Hurt Business has been like one of the best things. Which, oh man, you guys probably haven't watched SmackDown tonight, so I won't say nothing. But Bobby Lashley was just like one of the coolest dudes back then. Like, he was one of those guys that like legit was like, oh man, that dude could like fuck anybody up. So when he jumped when he jumped and like smashed the cage onto a MAGA dude, that's one of my favorite moments ever.
Yeah, man, Bobby Lashley. I remember I got a Bobby Lashley wrestler. That was like the most popular dude in our drafts for a while.
Yeah, Bobby was the man. Or, I mean, still is the man. He's still going to.
I remember liking him a lot when I was younger, but looking back, his SmackDown stuff doesn't seem too memorable. He just seemed like he went out there and had matches. But he has gotten a lot better since he went off to Impact and found a character and then came back to WWE.
Yeah.
One more thing, no homo. Like ECW, Raw, Bobby Lashley, like physique. That is a freaking like sculpted Greek god, dude. Like, but
hey, and first man, and I think only man to break the
Master Lock. He literally took it from him.
And then stole it from him. Alright, 41. I feel like, again, if this was like 1999, he'd be like top 10. As I grew older, I kind of like grew out of that phase, but I got Sting at 41. I mean, as a kid, watching him fight the NWO was some of the coolest stuff, and like he had the coolest entrance when he'd like drop down to Metallica, and like even in TNA, you know, he was good in TNA. He kind of like, you know, overstayed his welcome by he was kind of Triple H at the time. He kind of buried some young guys, but you know, he was still cool to watch. And then, as much as I think it's dumb that he gets as much spotlight, it's still crazy that this man could jump off of stuff when he's like 60 years old. But I'll give him props. He looks better than Rick did at 60.
All I'll
some
say,
of those spots he should not be doing.
Yeah, that's true.
all I'll
smashed
say,
his face into that table.
I don't have any room to talk about Sting. I've only watched like little documentaries where he's featured a little bit, like the Monday Night Wars stuff. So I'm not gonna say nothing.
I will admit, if he never did the like black and white emo Sting and stayed like
Surfer?
Ultimate Warrior Sting, he would not even be touching this list.
I have literally never heard it referred to as black and white emo Sting. It's always Crow Sting.
Yeah.
I picture two completely different Stings when you say it that way.
I don't have a whole lot to add to Sting. My main experience is from TNA and AEW. In TNA, he always seemed like the kind of reliable old timer if they needed somebody to fall back on. That didn't really like muscle and politic his way in as much as like Jeff Jarrett would have.
Yeah, I have a few WCW like guys who had careers after WCW, but like they're pretty much only on my list because I watched WCW as a kid.
I have one more thing, and you guys are probably gonna be surprised when I say this. Joker Sting is like the corniest, odd, cringiest thing I ever seen. I don't care what anyone says. Go ahead.
But when Ray does it, it's cool.
I mean, that's like a one-off. That's more like just a costume. He's not like, like I can't even do the facial expression.
All right, my number 40. I was like debating so hard where to put him on this list, but
So wait, before you do your number 40, if you guys are doing it like 10 at a time, this would be your 11th, Christian.
oh yeah, that's true. How do you want to do it? Do you want to just go like?
No, yeah, 41's good. Christian will love this. Cameron will love this. At number 50, you got to guess, Christian?
Goldberg.
Did you guys say the same guy?
He said Goldberg or something.
Goldberg.
Who did you say, Christian?
I said Goldberg.
Wow, that is so funny. What are the odds? Anyways, Planet Stasiak, bro. Number 50. I cannot see that man without laughing. I have like that little card thing saved in my computer because it's hilarious.
Dude, I feel like I can't make my joke now because I was legit when I got to number 1. I was gonna be like Planet Stasiak, but then no, it's like he's actually on your list.
No, like if I'm being honest, maybe he wouldn't be, but like I wouldn't mind seeing him, dude. Like he's just that dude I always laugh when I see. So like he's probably cemented at 50 for me. You can either be 49 and up or bust. So he's stuck at 50. From there,
Interesting.
this is more like a prediction. If he got released tomorrow, he probably wouldn't be in my top 50. But I'm going Montez Ford. I see a bright future for the man. I think he could be this generation's Rock. He's got the charisma. He can wrestle. High energy. I ain't got nothing else to say. He cuts a mean promo. 48, probably the same for him. If he got released tomorrow, I don't know if I could put him there. Chad Gable.
Dang, dude, your list is crazy.
Dude, in all of time, I don't know how many guys could wrestle better than Chad Gable.
I mean, that's fair.
Everything he does is like somewhat interesting. I'm never just like, oh man, Chad's on. I don't really care. So I gave Chad 48. Anything before I keep going?
I thought our list would be different, but it's starting off way different.
47. I was big on the guy, so I can't turn my back on him now that he's not in WWE. Cesaro.
I knew he'd be on here.
When I was talking about those guys who might wrestle better than Chad Gable, Cesaro might be one of those guys. I just wish he could cut a decent promo without Sheamus by his side. But yeah, Ken, turn back on him. So you said our lists are very different. This one's kind of close. You had Bobby at 42. I got Bobby at 46. I'm with you. I think it's more recency bias because I haven't seen Bobby do anything in probably maybe a year. I can't remember anything he's done.
Ever since he got out of the feud with Austin Theory, he hasn't done much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Bray got injured and that kind of really stalled things, but apparently I have something to look forward tonight on SmackDown for Bobby, but like Christian was saying, Bobby was the man in 2006 through 8, 9-ish. 45. I'm surprised he made my list, but I really started thinking about it. I went with Booker T. Booker T.
Okay.
Great song, always hilarious. Just as a kid, I was like, oh my god, dude, I freaking cannot stand this man. The King gimmick, Charmel.
That because he's on my list at some point, and I will admit the King Booker stuff almost made him not. But I was like, nah, he did a lot more than I'm giving him credit for.
Yeah, like, well, when I think back on Booker, I gotta at least give him top 50.
Yeah.
The fight in the mini market alone.
I might have a different, or I might have kind of, what's it called? A more nostalgic look back at it, but I liked the King Booker stuff. I hated it at the time, but thinking back, I think it was great. I don't know if I just haven't watched it recently enough, but the
Maybe
King
that's
Booker
me.
stuff I really liked.
Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it because I haven't watched any of it since like I was a kid.
I didn't hate it as
he
much
did
as Christian.
Yeah, that's when he had like his feud with the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
And they had their 2-on-1 match at my favorite WrestleMania.
If we're being honest, I might have hated Charmel more than I actually hated Booker. She was so annoying when she'd announce him. Oh, special guest.
Surprised my cat hasn't done that yet. She's like snuggled up by me though. Nah, I'm not moving the camera. All right, 44.
Keep it down.
This man has fallen down my list. If I'm being honest with you guys, I was really riding the wave, but Triple H has taken a gun to the character's head and shot him in the back.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were saying Triple H was in the 40s. I was like, oh no, bro.
Austin Theory, bro. I loved Austin Theory, and Triple H is just not doing anything with him. That I thought I was on the bandwagon, bro, but like he's just not doing anything, and that's like what's fresh in my mind. So 44, I feel is fair. He has a lot of. He's gonna move up most likely, but he's entertaining, and that comes first for me. 43. This guy's kind of hanging on for dear life because everyone below him could pass him except for Booker, probably. Dolph Ziggler.
And you all respect him, and you all admire him, and it should be me!
Dolph has really great moments, and then he has moments of doing nothing. So, like,
yeah,
that's why he's that's why he's in the 40s, because I just can't push him over the guys. When I say 42, you guys are probably going to be like, oh, come on, that contradicts what you just said, but I like Dolph at 43. 42. Give him anything, he'll hit a home run. Baron Corbin is the man.
Wow, top 50.
But
don't get me wrong, I love.
I'm
Corbin
projecting
as like a worker, and like he has good gimmicks. Like he can make anything work, but I can't put him top 50.
I want to look at my list a year from now and be like, pretty good list. So
see,
like,
I won't say you're contradicting because I do believe Baron Corbin is doing way more than Dolph is. So.
But Dolph has like greater runs, I would say. But I just
Baron's
think
been way more consistent.
Exactly. That's like where that's where I like drawing the line for that is. Baron's always doing something at least.
I think Baron gets an upper hand over Dolph for me because he's had different gimmicks. Dolph has been the same for how many years now? Every
That's
time
true
he comes
too.
back, he's like the exact same gimmick. He's just the show off. It should have been me kind of character. He bumps and matches really well and then disappears.
Yeah. And like Christian was saying, if this was a scatter plot graph on like how good stuff is, Corbin's all compact, you know, he's all like, he's here. Dolph is so spread, the graph would like be like 6 times longer just because of all the highs and lows Dolph has.
Yeah.
And then 41, I'm going to look you right in the eyes when I say this, Christian. Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt.
I'm honestly surprised he made your list at all.
I like Bray. Bray does some good stuff, but he also kind of just be like getting hurt, man, and like sometimes his speeches are boring to me. When he was the Lantern Wyatt near the end, and the Fiend was cool.
I don't want to say too much because like I'll say more later, but you know, I feel like there's been some things that have hindered his career for sure.
Yeah, but he was good. I'm not going to disrespect the man. I'm not going to put Planet Stasiak over Bray Wyatt. I'll put Planet Stasiak over Daniel Bryan. I won't put him over.
Oh my god.
And that's
Daniel Bryan not on your list?
That's how I'll end my first 10.
Alrighty then.
Oh wow.